friends, guests, and colleagues, my name is Sharon Oakley from the Alumni Association, and I'm delighted to welcome you to graduation. I have a few announcements to make before we begin so that you can relax and enjoy the ceremony. Graduands, an easy job to start with. Please check that your seat number matches the number on your ticket, because you will be called to the stage in this order. If you discover that these do not match, our team of stewards can help you locate the correct seat. At the appropriate time, you will be invited by the stewards to stand and to make your way to the foot of the stairs, ready to head up the stairs and across the stage. All very straightforward. There are two key things which make for a seamless ceremony. Firstly, as soon as the person ahead of you begins to cross the stage, please make sure you make your way up the stairs. Please don't wait until they have passed across the stage before you reach the top of the stairs. Secondly, don't let your excitement and pride overwhelm you so much that you forget to pick up your degree parchment after you have crossed the stage. If you do, don't worry, you have still graduated. But please don't try to go back, because you will collide with someone coming the other way. Instead, please visit the graduation information desk in the exhibition center, where you collected your gown and tickets 30 minutes after the ceremony to collect your parchment. At the end of the ceremony, graduates are asked to process out of the hall, directed by the stewards. Family and friends, the stewards will show you to the exits once the graduates have left the hall. If the fire alarm should sound at any point, please remain in your seats. Instructions will be given and we will escort you to the nearest exit. As graduates, you will join an international community of over 123,000 York alumni in 183 countries. The York Global Alumni Association organizes many events, networks, and services designed to help you make connections with other alumni across the world and to boost your career prospects. Please visit the alumni stand and photo booth in the exhibition center, where you can pick up your graduation gift to welcome you to the Alumni Association. As you get your first job or take up further study or training, please remember to keep us in touch with what you're doing. Understanding the career paths that you will take will help us to provide the right support for current students and make sure we offer graduates like you relevant information and opportunities. Finally, please turn off your mobile phones. And will you all now please stand?
I declare this congregation open for the conferment of awards upon all graduands. Please be seated. Welcome to the University of York. Welcome to Central Hall at the heart of our campus. My name is Jeffery. I'm the Vice-Chancellor of the university. And it's wonderful to welcome you here on such a lovely day. For those of our guests who are not familiar with the climate here in York, it's always like this. Our graduation ceremonies are such special occasions. They're both a celebration of our graduands' achievements, and they're also a moment of transition, with all the excitement and anticipation that comes with our graduates moving on into the next phase of their lives. So we're delighted that friends and family of our graduands can be with us to witness this ceremony and join in this celebration today. I'm delighted that we have friends and family of all ages. Earlier today, in another ceremony, we had a one-day-old baby observing the graduation of his mother. I don't think we can quite match that in this one, but I did hear that we have a young guest here as well. Everyone is very welcome. Now, some of you are local to York, others have come from around the UK, others still have travelled to us from many different countries around the world. It's great to have you all here. We know also that some who are special to our graduands are unable to be present today. We hope that many of them will be able to celebrate at distance via the webcast of this ceremony. We will now commence the ceremony.
Chunjie Hao. Vice-Chancellor, I have the honour to present the following candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Applied Linguistics for research in conceptual changes in Chinese-English bilinguals, Hao Zhang. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Education for research in the selection of prospective teachers in Oman, Walid Al-Hashmi. For research in collaboration in computer-aided prosody training, Mustafa Amrati. For research in barriers to girls' education in the role of non-governmental organisations, Amal Fadil Ahmed. For research in exploring learner autonomy in Saudi English as a foreign language context, Noha Halabi. For research in theories of transformative higher education, Mickey Ross. For research in burnout and resilience among Malaysian academics, Firaz Rusdi. For research in reading comprehension skills of bilingual children, Natalie Smith. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Teaching English to Speakers of Other Languages, for research in a holistic metacognitive approach to English as a foreign language listening, Tasneema Akhtar. For research in teacher cognition of oral corrective feedback, Satima Rochanawongchai. For research in Chinese students' source use in academic writing, Qingyan Sun. For the degree of Master of Arts in Applied Linguistics for English Language Teaching, Sami Anderson Taubi. Maria Gonzalez Salazar. Yingfeng Liao. June Panyaraj. Jingwu, Mungjia Zheng, for the degree of Master of Arts in Education, Liushun Chen, Sifan Cheng, Chao Meng Che, Xu Dong, Han Hui Fang, Jia Yi Gu, Mohammed Shahib Hussain, Meng Fei Zhe, Mingshuan Li, Yan Li, Xiaoting Liang, Annie Lian Green, Ge Liu, Meng Qi Liu, Yu Yiqing Liu, Fang Lu, Katerina Rodionova, Ke Shen, Sui Zhen Tang, Jia Yen Tong, Yu Chen, Sophie Walsh, Yang Ting Wang, Yung Yung, Xun Yin, Shunyan Chang, Tao Tao Zhang, Zhou Lei Zhang, Jia Wan Zhou, Ying Fan Zhou, Do Do Zhu, Cha Youngju. For the degree of Master of Arts in Global and International Citizenship Education, Chuman Li, Stephen Alotu, Qifan Wang, Pei Shan Ye, Xuan Zhou, for the degree of Master of Arts in Social Justice and Education, Mayanna Bond-Webster, Edward Hill, Kaylee Hughes, Lu Jingjia, Zhenju Li, for the degree of Master of Arts in Teaching English to Speakers of Other Languages, Yo Wen Ai, Jing Bai, Yao Sheng Chao, Guan Chen, Jian Chen, Yan Tong, Jing Feng, Yinggo, Pei Xin Guan, Xin Jie Gui, Xiao Dan Han, Yang He, Meng Ying Hu, Xin Wen Hu, Le Huang, Xiao Shen Huang, Pariwat Imasard, Xingling Zhang, Zhiwen Zhang, Saori Kashiwada, Yaxing Liu, Wingqi Lo, Qing Yi Lu, Liu Lu, Lu Huanglo, Xiangping Mai, Yo Mo, Virginia Neha, Jia Li Pan, Wan Yuin Pang, Hisu Park, Danling Xiao, Yun Shen, Xu Hao She, Yu She, Se Di She, Yua Ya Sun, Se Jia Wang, Yuan Zhe Wang, Yu Xian Wang, He Wen Wu, Ming Wei Wu, Yong Chi Wu, Tao Sheng, Che Shi, Tian Yang, Yishan Yang, Ying Yang, Zhong Yao, Choma Yi Shi, Yuan Zhao Yu, Ding Wan Zhang, KK Zhang, Yilin Zhang, Yixin Zhang, Yuxin Zhao, Dan Zheng, Xinwei Zhou, Zhe Yao Zhou, Ziyan Zhou, Ziyi Zhou, for the degree of Master of Science in Psychology and Education, Louise Ashton. Janani Balasunda. Kerry Charlton. Bethany Doby. Elspeth Foster-Leal. Aisha Hackett-Evans. Charlotte Hall. Rachel Hall. Rebecca Harper-Johnson. Stephanie Holmes. Waiwa Law. Stephanie Lewis. Yan Li. Wenyi Liang. Phoebe Marquand. Shara Grace Mason. Andrea Norris. Elizabeth Ormerod. Gladys Owasana. Enya Phillips. Francesca Porter. Rebecca Roscoe. Christiana Rusi. Juliet Schneegans. Jessica Shelley. Katerina Stumpu. Ja Wun Sun. Isabel Thompson. Isabel Thompson. Chi Wong. Yi Wei. Chen Chen Zhang.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ensemble Anonimi will now perform Smile by Charlie Chaplin, followed by And I Lived by One Republic.
Smile, though your heart is aching. Smile, even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you'll get by if you smile through your fear and sorrow. Smile, and maybe tomorrow you'll see the sun come shining through for you. Light up your face with gladness, hide every trace of sadness. Although a tear may be ever so near, that's the time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use of crying? You'll find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile, smile, smile. You just smile. Smile, smile, though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you'll see the sun come shining through. For you.
Light up your face with gladness, hide every trace of sadness. Although a tear may be ever so near, that's the time. Smile, what's the use of crying? You'll find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. You just smile. Oh, you just smile. Hope when you take that jump, you don't feel the fall. Hope when the water rises, you build a wall.
Hope when the crowd screams out, they're screaming your name. Hope if everybody runs, you choose to stay. I hope that you fall in love and it hurts so bad. The only way you can know, you give it all you have. But I hope that you don't suffer but take the pain. I hope when the morning comes, you'll say, I did it all. I did it all. I owned every second that this world could give. I saw so many places, the things that I did. Yeah, with every broken bone, I swear I lived. I hope that you spend your days when they all add up. And when the sun goes down, I hope you raise your cup. I wish that I could witness all your joy and all your pain. But until my moment comes, I'll say, I did it all. I did it all. I owned every second that this world could give. I saw so many places, the things that I did. Yeah, with every broken bone, I swear I lived. I saw so many places, the things that I did. Yeah, with every broken bone, I swear I lived.
Vice-Chancellor and President, it is with great pleasure that I present Mark Laity to you as an honorary graduate. Mark Laity is the Director of Communications at SHAPE, NATO's military headquarters, and he is one of the foremost experts on the role of communication and information in modern wars. In a recent talk, Mark Laity quoted the Russian general Gerasimov, who argues that achieving information dominance is an indispensable prerequisite of combat action. In other words, unless you're already winning the information war, you're going to lose the war. Mark Laity, I think, would seem to accept this perspective, and it clearly shapes Russia's strategy, and he's been the leading figure in establishing and developing strategic communications within NATO. In doing so, he has effectively drawn on his year-long experience working with the media and information, and his extensive experience from conflict zones and from the front lines of war. But it all started here at York, where Mark Laity did a BA in History and Politics, followed by an MA in Southern African Studies. So this shows you how far you can go with a York degree. After university, Mark Laity spent the next 22 years working as a journalist. He started out working for the Western Mail, a Cardiff-based daily newspaper, before joining the BBC, where he worked as sub-editor for BBC Radio Wales, radio producer on the Today programme, TV producer on Newsnight, and deputy editor of Radio 4's The World's This Weekend, before becoming BBC's defence correspondent, first for radio and then for both radio and TV. As defence correspondent, Mark Laity reported from a number of the major conflicts and wars that broke out in the 1990s. During the first Gulf War, he reported from Saudi Arabia, and he also covered the breakup of the former Yugoslavia, the war in Bosnia in the early or mid-1990s, and the Kosovo war towards the end of the decade, when he reported from NATO's Brussels headquarters and from Kosovo itself. In 2000, Mark Laity started what was to become a highly successful career in NATO, but for a while he remained focused on the wars and conflicts in the former Yugoslavia, now in North Macedonia, which found itself on the brink of civil war. Mark Laity was personal advisor to the Macedonian president and became civilian spokesman for the NATO mission Operation Essential Harvest, which oversaw the implementation of the peace agreement that was signed in 2001. He then became Special Advisor on Defence and Strategic Communications to the then Secretary-General, Lord Robertson, and was later appointed Chief of Public Information. But Brussels was clearly not exciting enough. So in 2006, Mark Laity became Media Advisor to the Commander of the International Security Assistance Force in Afghanistan and the civilian spokesman for NATO. He was handpicked for this role by the NATO Secretary-General, who wanted better linkages between on-the-ground communications and the top-level politics. For this work, Mark Laity was awarded NATO's Meritorious Service Medal. After 2 tours in Afghanistan, Mark Laity returned to Brussels as the first Chief Strategic Communications at SHAPE, and in this role, he has led the creation of NATO's innovative military STRATCOM policy, and its office now oversees its implementation and further development in NATO operations. So it often seems as if I think we are in the middle of an information war, and Mark Laity's work is designed to ensure that NATO wins this war. Moreover, he has played a crucial role in expanding our knowledge of the role of information in modern warfare. Vice-Chancellor and President, for his years of dedication to information and communication, I present Mark Laity for the degree of Doctor of the University, honoris causa.
From the power vested in me by the University of York, I have great pleasure in conferring upon you the degree of Doctor of the University, honoris causa.
So, first, my thanks for this honour. As you've heard, York's my university. and it's very special for it, looking at my lifetime's efforts, to consider me worth recognising. Thank you. One minor consequence for you is at the outset of your careers, you have to listen to me, old fart that I am, pass on advice from the other end of my career. So I've been where you are. You are looking forward to your futures with some trepidation, but hopefully more optimism to doing great things, to achieving real success. You should. York's a great launchpad. But let me tell you something that is going to happen. One day you're going to have a dilemma. You'll see something you disagree with that's wrong. It could be a moral issue or a practical one that means your team or organisation could basically screw up big time. The dilemma is, do you speak up? Not sotto voce, but loud and clear. And you know there'll always be many reasons not to. You may not be that sure. It's still early, so raise it next time. You don't want to rock the boat. You don't want to cross the boss who could promote you. No one else is speaking up, so why should I stick my neck out? But sometimes you should, and it won't be easy. A dramatic example. Last year was the 70th anniversary of Apollo 11's moon landing. 2 years before, 3 astronauts died horribly in a fire in Apollo 1. It shouldn't have happened. Soon after, NASA's legendary mission controller spoke to his team, saying, "Every element of the program was in trouble, and so were we. Not one of us stood up and said, 'Damn it, stop.' I don't know what the investigators will find as the cause, but I know what I find. We are the cause." That's no isolated example. In virtually every disaster or screw-up, we find the same thing. Whether it's the Grenfell fire, the 737 MAX crashes, cost overruns, or just disastrous product launches. People knew there were problems, but no one said, "Damn it, stop." Soon enough, loud enough. In a related context, we've all seen people, apparently good people, stay silent while their leaders lie. And that silence has enabled more lies, hasn't it? Fortunately, most of us will never have a dilemma over something as consequential as Apollo 1. But you will have that dilemma. And within your personal circumstances, within your career, it will be a big deal. Whether it's taking a moral stance or warning of a project's problems. I have been there. The need to speak uncomfortable truths to power, to rock the boat. Sometimes I've spoken, and sometimes I've failed. I regret every single time I didn't. We all like to think we're idealists and individualists, but actually most of us aren't. Doing the right thing can cost, in popularity, in promotion, in passing up on the sheer ease of just going with the flow. It was a lesson identified early in my life, the obligation to speak when others stay silent. But it took decades to become a lesson learned and applied, however imperfectly. So just know at some points in your life, you should speak up when it's easier to shut up. And when you do, that's real integrity. That's real success. I look out and I believe you can do that. After all, you're York graduates. Good luck and thank you.
Vice-Chancellor, I have the honour to present the following candidates for the degree of Master of Arts in Social Research. René Allion. Anna Bailey. Margarita Bellia. Rihanna Griffiths. Annette Hunter. Carl Makin. Rose Rickford. Gaynor Truman.
Vice-Chancellor, I have the honour to present the following candidates for the degree of postgraduate diploma in astronomy: Bob Henderson. For the degree of postgraduate diploma in creative writing, Irfan Afzal. For the degree of postgraduate diploma in parish church studies, heritage, history and fabric, Catherine Gray. Jenny Hall. Catherine Hillsden. Jennifer Reid. And for the degree of postgraduate diploma in the geology of Yorkshire and Northern England, Paul Atkinson.
Vice-Chancellor, I have the honour to present the following candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy, Politics and Economics: Adriano Codone. Jacob Phillips. Eduardo Turaca. Katrina Salzmana. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Politics for Research and Regulation of the UK Private Security Industry, Sebastian Booth. For the degree of Master of Arts in Applied Human Rights, Chloe Amies. Abigail Anderson. Amna Assad. Emma Berg. Tatjana Galbova. Lena Kaltenbrunner. Victoria Roffey. Victoria Taladiano. Hannah Williams. Diana Wright. For the degree of Master of Arts in Conflict Governance and Development, Mary Hollyoak. Lucy Camilleri. Peter Miles. For the degree of Master of Arts in International Political Economy, Critical Theories, Issues and Conflicts, Troy Carruthers. Matthew Crowley. For the degree of Master of Arts in International Relations, Harriet Brass. Yu Ju Zhao. Gabrielle Savona. James Croft. Yiran Gu. Sarah Hutchinson, Matthew Kent, Shraddha Madhavan, Umair Nawaz, James Netherwood, Pocharas Tamronsi Papiakun, Francesca Wilson, Xiaowei Wu, Shilin Yang, Qubin Zheng, for the degree of Master of Arts in Political Theory, Abigail Alberti, Daniela Fagelman, Rowan Gould, Rory Lewis, Cameron Partridge, David Rose. For the degree of Master of Arts in Post-War Recovery Studies, Shushan Kishishan, Niall Rushby, Maria Paula Suarez. For the degree of Master of Arts in Public Administration and Public Policy, Damilula Akinsulira. Josh Foskett, Rory Hannon, Pippa Hepworth, Hao Zhao, Emily Kiddy, Megan McGonigal, Thomas Miller, Abdul Sattar, Jacqueline Dennis Somi, Kwan Chong Yang, for the degree of Master of Public Administration, International Development, Gabriel Cardoso, for the degree of Master of Public Administration, Mahmoudou Barretta, Kevin Gabriel, Jennifer Jones, Naipapong Kongpa, Emily Yates, Lu Yusheng. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Politics, Robert Bright, Kimberly Green, and Hannah Taylor.
Vice-Chancellor, I have the honour to present the following candidates. For the degree of Master of Arts in Criminology and Social Research, Abigail Birkinshaw. Joe Duran. Anna Foster. Hayley Davina Mason. Alexia Jane Morrison. Bethany Thompson. Thomas Wells.
For the degree of Master of Arts in Culture, Society and Globalisation, Dan Lai Chen. Joseph Hockey. Hei Wang. Nazraya Jamaluddin. Connor Penfold. Sivanan Kai Sivashankar. Wei Kan Yu. Ching Wong. Joseph Waters. Leah Wittbush. For the degree of Master of Arts in Social Media and Social Research, Zainab Makbul. Lydia Mackay. Ruth Helena Morris. For the degree of Master of Science in Social Media and Interactive Technologies, Ching Han Kwa. Jie Yang. For the degree of Master of Science in Social Media and Management, Letitia Butcher. Eleanor Cox. Alicia Edwards. Mei-Ling Xu. Miao Yu.
Vice-Chancellor, I have the honour to present the following candidates for the degree of Doctor in Philosophy in Women's Studies. For research in Chinese sexual lives in the culture of conformity, Guanlan Hu. For research in resistances and subversions of women priests, Sharon Jagger. For research in Nigerian women's narratives of immigration, Joy Egbemudia. For research in older Chinese women's dancing and everyday lives, Li Sheng. For the degree of Master of Arts in Women's Studies, Elizabeth Parsons. For the degree of Master of Arts in Women's Studies Humanities, Alexandra Fox. Mamie Hume. For the degree of Master of Arts in Women's and Gender Studies, Clara Garcia Garcia. Paola Mendoza Tellez Piron. Guadalupe Perez Sahucedo. For the degree of Master of Arts in Women, Violence and Conflict, Sarah Wright.
It is my enormous pleasure to introduce Victoria Roffey, our student orator who will speak on behalf of the class of 2020. Our student orators have been invited to speak in recognition of their hard work on behalf of the student community and commitment to their studies. Our speakers have both pursued the most enriching experience they could during their time at York, as well as giving back to their community. On behalf of the class of 2020, I give you Victoria Roffey.
Fellow graduates, it's an honour to speak here today. I'll be honest when I say graduating today is not something I thought I would achieve, something I'm sure many of you can relate to. But here we are, as graduates of the University of York. We've all had individual journeys through our studies, but a sincere passion for our area of study, a lot of late nights, and the support of those around us have seen us through. We've all undertaken our degree programmes hoping that we'll never need to rely on other people to push us forward when things go wrong, that nothing will ever stifle our academic progress. But sometimes when things do go wrong, you need someone there to cushion the fall. I've had the privilege of studying both my undergraduate and master's degree at York, but that's not been without its challenges. In my third year, I experienced what quite possibly could be described as every student's worst nightmare, and I lost my dissertation on hand-in day. The following days were something of a blur, but my housemates, my dissertation supervisor Adam Kelly, and the University of York's IT department held my life together while it felt like it was falling apart, and found me a way for me to redo my dissertation, and I graduated that summer. I'd never really been one to look for help when I was struggling, but after this experience I thought how different my life would be had the university and the people I had met there not been there to support me while I felt like I couldn't go on any longer. After I graduated, I resolved to return to study a master's at York with a new understanding that actually I couldn't achieve my goals on my own. The Applied Human Rights cohort of 2018-2019 proved this to be true. From 2 weeks spent working together in Cape Town in very challenging circumstances, to exchanging Instagram messages on the night of our dissertation hand-in, our shared passion for human rights built a really unique support network that continues to this day. The community I met here doing my postgraduate study at York reminded me of something my mum, a former employee of the university, told me when I first considered applying to York in 2014. She told me that there was something special about the students at York, that they want to succeed, but they want other people to succeed alongside them. She also told me that they hold doors open quite often. In that vein, I would have to say thank you to my mum, who invited me home 2 weeks before my dissertation deadline when I called her up in a panic attack, my dad, my partner Max, and my obsession with the US office for always being there to calm me down when I was having a bit of a panic. As we move on from our studies at York, be it to further study or to employment, we mustn't forget the people that have supported us through the good times and the bad. Those people may be known to you or make themselves known during moments of crisis, but our successes are an extension of the support of those around us. In that vein, don't lose touch with the people that you've met here. We have supported each other through some of the most challenging times of our lives, and as we go forward and achieve everything that we aspire to, remember that the people sat alongside you supported you when you maybe didn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. Thank you very much.
Members of Council, graduates, guests and colleagues, this speech will conclude the graduation ceremony. Before I begin, I should note that our second honorary graduand, Professor Dame Leslie Regan, is sadly unable to join us today. We hope she will on a future occasion. And graduation ceremonies are perhaps the most special part of my job. They mark the creativity, the energy, the passion, and the sheer hard work that you, our graduates, have put into your studies. I've just had the privilege of being the first person to congratulate each graduand as they became a graduate. And I can now be the first person to tell you how proud the university is of you. And I'm sure your supporters, family and friends agree. So I ask them, along with my colleagues, to applaud the hard work and achievement of you, our new graduates, including, of course, our honorary graduate, Mark Laity. The University of York is a special university. It's less than 60 years old, yet already regarded as one of the UK's best, and with an outstanding reputation worldwide. All the measures we routinely use, quality of teaching, excellence of research, prospects of graduates, impact on our economy, all confirm that strength, that reputation, that quality. But there's more to it than that. That quality is underpinned by powerful values. Our founders set up the university for public good. Our students were not just to be technically proficient in their fields, but also to be able to apply their learning for social benefit, both in the UK, but also, and this was a language they used at that time, back in the early 1960s, as citizens of the world. And we were to care, I quote, more than almost anything else about opening up access to our university to those who had previously not had the opportunity. And our research was intended not just to open up new knowledge, but also to apply that knowledge with and through its students for, I quote again, the amelioration of human life and conditions, or in other words, for public good. What do those values mean for you, our graduates? Well, they bring to mind a conversation I had a while ago with a group of leading figures from across the public and private sectors. The conversation was about what qualities they felt our graduates should have in an era of rapid technological change. The consensus was that while technical skills were important, they were in the end temporary because technology will move on and therefore secondary. What was more important was the ability to adapt, to apply critical thinking to new challenges, to collaborate, to be comfortable in different settings, public or private sector, in different places, different cultures. What we want from your graduates, one of them summed up, is wisdom. Wisdom. The ability to think and act using knowledge, experience, understanding, and insight. You, some of the graduates we were imagining in that conversation, do not graduate only with proficiency in your subjects. You graduate also with the building blocks of that wisdom. You are, as the university motto at the foot of our crest suggests, at the threshold of wisdom. You graduate from a university which brings together students from a wide array of academic disciplines, each one with their eye on the public good that their knowledge can contribute to. As a result, through your friends and colleagues, you will have encountered different ways of understanding the world around us and what you can do to help it flourish in the future. And you will have met fellow students from all over that world. Our students hail from over 140 countries. The university forms a truly global community. It's a meeting place for students, local and international, to exchange the ideas, experiences and values they bring with them from different parts of the world. Through that exchange, you, our graduates, are, as the Archbishop of York put it at the inauguration of the university in 1963, citizens not only of York, not only of England or Great Britain, not only of Europe, but the world. That exchange between students from different backgrounds happens within the classroom, but also beyond it. We're fortunate through our students' unions to have the richest variety of student societies and activities of any university in the UK. We cater for pretty much any shared interest you could imagine. And many of those shared interests look outward to address challenges our society faces, whether through community volunteering in and around York, campaigning on the crucial issues of our time, like climate change, or building international understanding. The breadth of perspective that comes from being part of such a multidisciplinary, global, and socially committed community is an asset that you, our graduates, will take with you as you develop your careers, and it will also be an asset for the organisations you go on to work for. That breadth of perspective nurtures wisdom, and that in turn becomes your platform for public good. Of course, our academics, represented by those you see up here and others in the hall, have something to do with that wisdom. They work to discover the knowledge that helps us understand better the challenges that face us all. Around the environment, public health, inequality, our cultural heritage, ageing, creativity, artificial intelligence, genetics, energy, human rights, and much, much more. They devise and deliver courses in all sorts of innovative ways on the basis of world-leading expertise. There are some who would say, we've had enough of experts. Well, we haven't. Our academics believe in the search for truth, the principled use of evidence, and the importance of sharing their knowledge and expertise for general benefit, for public good. I laud the passion with which they share that expertise with our students, the inspiration they give, but also the inspiration they in turn get from their students, including you who have graduated today. I laud also the contribution of other staff at the university for what they do in ensuring things run smoothly. Whether it's organising the library, looking after university finances, managing our careers service, cleaning student bedrooms, or keeping our many, many geese more or less under control. So let me call on you, our graduates, to join me in applauding our outstanding staff and all that they've done to support you through your time here. I'd like to say something now about the family and friends supporting you in this hall today. I suspect they may have helped you from time to time during your period here at the university, providing advice, companionship, the occasional shoulder to cry on, laundry services, and, no doubt, a little bit of money here and there. Graduates, in light of all of that, would you please stand and turn to your family and friends in this hall and applaud them for their support? Thank you very much. Now, I wish all of our graduates success and happiness for the future. Please do keep in touch. As you crossed the platform earlier, you became members of the York Alumni Association. Through that association, you can stay in touch, share experience and insight, help and support one another, and of course, keep in touch with what's happening here at the university. One thing you'll hear about is York Unlimited, the campaign for the University of York. Some of you will have played a role this year in helping to shape and launch that campaign, raising the profile of and helping to support the issues we all care about, including widening access to university and building new knowledge about vital issues like mental health and well-being and global sustainability. And many of you have inspired, supported and helped raise significant funding for all these areas. Thank you, and do continue to help us further. Before I close, let me say that we really do look forward to hearing from you as you move into the next phase of your lives. We look forward to hearing about the ways in which you'll use the skills you've developed through your degrees, but also the wisdom that you have built through your wider experience here at York. We look forward to hearing about how you use that wisdom to build your own careers, but also make your contribution to our founding principle, the amelioration of human life and conditions. We look forward to hearing about your contribution to the public good that's a special feature of being part of the community at the University of York. Thank you. I declare this congregation closed. Please rise.